But for me, if I wanted to make more money as a lawyer, there's 100 different ways to go at that. For me, it's about the results. What are my clients getting? I'm not trying to be charitable. I'm competitive. I mean, I get more out of seeing the nice result than I would sticking it over here so I can get the nice paycheck. And I would hope that's the motivation of most of my brothers and sisters that do this. Because at the end of the day, I don't care whether you're a trial lawyer or you're a collaborative lawyer, we're supposed to be about protecting our clients. It's supposed to be about their interests, not ours. There's always going to be a need for litigation, but if collaborative law is successful and people are getting the results that they want, there's going to be more and more of a demand for that. And the answer is going to be if you don't offer that as a service and aren't any good at it, you may not have much to do. A lot of the litigators fuss at collaborative lawyers. You say it's about the process, and you don't ever talk about the law. And we don't talk about this, or we don't talk about that, or all those sorts of things. And as you can probably tell from listening to me, those are not my clients anyway. I see nothing wrong with a client who says, here's what I want. Like when we did goals and interests one time in one of my early cases, the lady said, here's my goal. I want as much money from that son of a bitch that you and your chicken shit law firm are representing. How's that for you? Okay. I reframed. You want the best possible financial results you can get out of this case. She goes, absolutely. I said, okay, I can work with that. We did deals. When we came to the end of that, her lawyer did a masterful job. We had three kind of big options. And he identified, he said, this is the one where all the money is. And so he kind of said, you wanted the most money you can get from that son of a bitch. There it is. You can do this, you can do this, you can do that. We settled the deal. That couple today, vacations with each other. They were not friendly at the time. But I took that goal. It really, I wish she'd have been nicer and hadn't called us a bunch of chicken shits and all that. But there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't think in the process. That's human nature, to look out for yourself. And so I get confused sometimes, when people are talking about it's the process. The process is more important than the people, and those kinds of words. That just doesn't compute with me. And see, I think there are, especially in the early days when we were so gung-ho about the process and ooh, isn't this neat, just some misinformation got out about what it is that we do, because this is a conflict resolution process. So there's conflict. Again, though, the core agreement's just not to go to court for most families. Whatever happens next, I don't care how fouled up it is, if it's a dyed-in-the-wool litigator that doesn't do anything but cuss everybody out every meeting, well, okay, that's no fun. But if you get a result out of there that's less worse than over here again, mission accomplished. I have saved a client, a family from less worse. I'll take less worse any day. But it's more fun if the structure works out and everybody knows how to play. But a lot of cases, just when that agreement is signed, it's kind of mission accomplished. Okay, now whatever happens next is gravy, whatever that is. One of the things that I think here in Dallas has made a big difference in how collaborative practice has been accepted in the family law area is that in Dallas, the top of the top shelf attorneys from the family law bar, for the most part, have adopted collaborative as either a primary or significant part of their practice. And they have a magazine here in Dallas, D Magazine, which is a sort of local interest magazine. They do a best lawyers list every few years. The one that just came out, there are 16 lawyers listed in Dallas as being the best family lawyers in the city. And just as a frame of reference, we have about maybe 15,000 lawyers here in Dallas. Maybe 10,000 of those are members of our local Dallas Bar Association. And out of all that, there's, I don't know how many family lawyers, a bunch, maybe 1,000, maybe more. But the top 16 out of those 16 that were listed in the magazine anyway, all but 4 have collaborative law as a significant piece of their practice. And some of them, it's pretty much all they do. And so that's significant, you know. So when somebody in Dallas anyway says, well, I want the best of the best, chances are really good that they're going to end up talking to a collaborative lawyer in this city. And there are other, you know, D Magazine is one. They have the best lawyers in America. Texas has this super lawyer deal. And you've got the super lawyers, and here again, the majority of those in Dallas area, Dallas-Fort Worth area, are going to be collaborative lawyers. And then they have the super duper lawyers, you know, the top 100 or the top 50 or the top what have you. And again, you go look at those lists, and the family lawyers from Dallas that are listed in those lists are going to be primarily involved in collaborative practice. And I think that's been good. I think it's been real good. And I think if the litigators or traditional, I don't know, litigators, it's not litigators, because most family lawyers, even though you go to the courtroom, we're settlers. we're negotiators. That's not even the right word. But if most lawyers who do family law for a living would look at the collaborative process from the perch of, what does this get my client, which is what I'm all about, and I think is what our job description is. And I think if they really studied on it, they would see that the benefits for their client many times, not always, but many times, is best met in that collaborative process if they can just look at it long.